Hey guys, hello. And I got another day off, so we're doing another vlog today. We don't have a ton going on. We are going down to Town Talk to do some bargain grocery shopping, and then we are going to, I don't actually know what else. But we are going to go to Town Talk. We're probably going to go to Kroger to get whatever we can't get there. I got to move my chicken coop today and let them free range the backyard for a little bit. And then I need to clean up my shop. And yeah, that's what I got going on today. So let's get into it. Let's talk about Town Talk. Town Talk is our local bargain grocery store. It's leftover products from other stores and things like that. I've been told it's a lot of stuff from Whole Foods and Central Market that just doesn't sell, and it makes its way to Costco, or not Costco, but to Town Talk to get sold. So here we have a lot of the vegetables and stuff. This is actually what we came in for. We came in to get some pickling cucumbers and some cabbage, I think was the other thing my wife wanted to pick up. But there's lots of vegetables. They're usually really cheap. And we did. We picked up quite a bit of vegetables. We got some of these zucchinis because we ate a whole lot of zucchini. No eggplant this week for us. Onions, lots of onions. I had a conversation with somebody about some peppers here as well. So once you get past that, you get into all these case items, I guess you'd call it. For example, you got those Frappuccinos right there. There's some Pepsi products that were around the corner there. What is this? The cooler sections. There's drinks in here, yogurt, butter. Now we buy a lot of this cold stuff. We are very specific to always check our dates on things. So we did find some things that were further out of their best buy or use before date than we would like. But like chips, for example, there's tons and tons of chips in here that are close to their sell-by date or almost to their sell-by date, but they're not over. Now, these Frappuccinos, I did look at those and they were further over than I wanted to buy. They were still perfectly fine. Had like a week left on them, I think it was. I just wanted to get some clips together and let you guys really see what Town Talk is. I know a lot of folks that are really, against shopping at Town Talk. They won't do it. They don't want to do it. For us, it's a great way to save a ton of money on the stuff that we don't really need. So we don't go to Town Talk to buy our groceries every week. We don't go to Town Talk to buy whatever. We're there because they have deals on produce. And then I fill up a basket with snacks, and this is pickles. They always have a huge selection of pickles, which seems really odd to me, but they always do, and I always buy some, so I don't complain. But canned goods, for example, these are all shelf-stable items. I'm not particularly too concerned with dates and such on canned goods or a salad dressing. This is cream-based goods. They do have some bulk items. I've actually never bought any of the bulk stuff, but there's beans and nuts and flours and coffee and that kind of thing. Normal bulk items you would expect to see at a grocery store. But let's see, I'm actually wandering around looking for my wife at this point. Those Inca chips you see there are one of her favorites. Spices. They have a lot of these too, and we've bought a couple of them, and they taste like spices. You know, there's a lot of things that you can get at Town Talk or wherever, and the freezer section's a great area for us as well because there's a ton of gluten-free stuff. I'll actually talk about this more when we get back to the house. I'm almost done with my little video tour here, but again, it's just stuff that was at a regular grocery store and didn't sell, and then they pick it up at a discount and sell it at a really deep discount. So here in just a second you'll see what all we got home with. And this is the last clip here. This is the bread and frozen stuff section. We spent $136 on this trip to Town Talk, and I gotta say, definitely got our money's worth out of it. Alright, so we made it home. $136 poor. But look at all of this. So this is my favorite thing about Town Talk. We can find all of these items that are gluten-free for my wife. These 3 pizzas here. We normally pay $5-ish a pizza for her to have a pizza, and there's usually 1, maybe 2 options. And there's 3 different options there that were $1.99, $1.99, $1.99. Let's see, I've got some We eat a ton of zucchini. We got some broccoli. These are pickling cucumbers I'm going to pickle this afternoon. Or kombucha for $1.29 a bottle. And a ton of these Dr. Prager's units. Just all sorts of healthy, vegetable-based treats. Lots and lots of their stuff was found today. And I have to assume that stuff goes to Town Talk just because it's so expensive in the store and people just can't justify the cost of paying the store price for it. But then once it makes Town Talk, it's a great deal for us. So I also found these, which was not what I expected to find, but my car burns oil. So if I can buy it for $1.99 a quart, I will. Let's see what else. We found these chips that we use these. We used them for a recipe and they came out great. And today they had cases and cases and cases of them. So we got some of those and some of these. These are the Yo Crunches. It's a little, let's see, I'll put this open in one hand. But this is a Snickers yogurt with a granola topping that goes on it. So $2 for a whole case of those. So all sorts of stuff. Had a great experience. The new store is super nice. It's super clean. I don't even think they actually had their grand opening yet, but the selection was great. And we didn't have to drive all the way to Fort Worth to get everything. So that really worked out for us as well. So yeah, all the breads. So if you see all this bread, all these bread products, we got croissants, we got bagels, bread, more bagels, bread. I think those are rolls and bread. I've got one of these loaves is mine. Somewhere in here is some sourdough. That one, sourdough right there is mine. The rest of that is all my wife's gluten-free bread that she can freeze, pull out the night before she wants it, and have bread to eat instead of us buying it at the store at a considerably higher price. We have chips for the teenager, paper plates, just everything we needed was there. It was a great trip. A little bit more than we had planned to spend, but I'm extremely happy with everything that we got. Alright, so with our clean pickling cucumbers here, we're going to cap the ends off of all of them and get them all chopped up so they'll fit nicely in our jars here. And then we'll start our brine after that. Alright, next step is going to be starting our brine. So we'll start off with a half cup of water. Get that over medium heat. Tablespoon, or teaspoon, heaping I guess you call it, minced garlic. About that much dill. About that much of our, so this is our pickling seasoning from Imperfect Foods. So we've used them a few times, and unfortunately we've never really gotten any cool looking food from them, fruits or vegetables. I don't think we really had anything that was super cool looking, but the food's been good. It's just hasn't been cool to look at. As their commercials would lead you to believe anyway. So we got some salt, because that is important. And then another half cup of vinegar. So I'm going to mix all that together. I'm going to let it come to a boil And then I will add that over the top of our cucumbers, seal them up, in about 24, 48 hours. We'll have some pickles ready to go. Alright, and when they're done, just give them a good shake and they'll come out like, kind of look at something like this. I have found that you do have to shake them so that you can get all of the garlic and the peppers and all that to really sink down to the bottom and mix through the whole thing. And if you're curious why I didn't measure any of that, I had to explain to my wife in between, because I actually had to make a second batch of brine because that first batch just wasn't enough to fill the 2 jars. It got me 3/4 of the way full in the first one, so I had to make a larger second batch. But she asked me why I wasn't using measuring spoons, because, well, you know, I have measuring spoons over here just on our wall. Where are they? There they are. There. All her pretty, whatever, measuring spoons and stuff. And I just told her, it's pickling comes from the heart. You just add those spices until your heart feels happy, and that's when you know you've got enough. But I actually ended up doing that with 1.5 cups of water and 1.5 cups of vinegar to make the brine. That was enough to fill both of those, and obviously it'll float a little bit. Probably, I don't know, 2 tablespoons of the granulated garlic, 2 teaspoons of salt, and probably a teaspoon of dill and a tablespoon of the pickling spice, maybe ish. I don't know, it's from the heart. Didn't measure it. But those will go in the fridge for an hour or a day or two, and then they'll be ready to eat. And I think I gotta go I gotta change out the TV in the living room, and I'm gonna probably go clean up my shop a little bit because it's a disaster from the last week's projects. So that's what I'm on to next. Having a moose of a teenager is super helpful when you need to move your chicken coop, for example. Our coop's got some eye hooks in the bottom of it, and we just hook a strap to it, pull her on over to wherever we want it next. But I also asked him to add some straw to the chicken coops for their bedding, and I'm confident they got at least a little bit, not a whole lot. But I've actually still got this tree. It's still here. It just hasn't really worked out for me to get over there and cut that down yet. But as we were putting the chickens away tonight and moving the coop, we let the dogs out here with us. And my old man, he's usually he'll jump at the chickens and he'll bark at the chickens and so on and so forth. But tonight we brought them out on harnesses and leashes, and he wanted nothing to do with that. He stood still. I had to drag him around the yard to get him over to them. So I don't know. I wish I knew how he was going to react around them, and if I could bring him out here when I have them just out in the yard. I'm actually cleaning up his toys because he gets them out to play, and then our girl dog Gouda takes them from him and brings them outside because he won't chase her for them, and she just leaves them laying around everywhere. So I have to come out here every couple of days and pick up all the toys. Yeah, you stupid. You don't even like toys. But yeah, that'll about do it for today. Another vlog. See, my next day off. I think I got 8 days off again. So, and I think pretty positive that we have nothing planned for that. So that's probably when I'll be cutting up this tree if I don't do it over my evenings. Other than that, that's gonna do it for tonight, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because that's what I'm supposed to say in these things. And I'll catch you next time.